Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Gate the Great Define Sports, and I got a topic I want to touch on. Yesterday, Frank Martin, the Ghost, he allegedly pulled out the fight with Shakur Stevenson. My opinion, was that fight good for Frank Martin on paper? I don't actually think so. Does Frank Martin have a chance because it's zero across the scoreboard? You know, these pro saying rounds? Yeah. Does he has a puncher's chance? Yeah, but skill for skill? I don't think so. Do I think he's scared? No, I don't think so. Do I think he was offered peanuts? Do I believe there's peanuts involved? Yes, because he's fighting on a Thursday. And I don't understand how the hell is Shakur Stevenson fighting on a fucking Thursday? Excuse my language, but that should be prohibited for the kind of guy that he is, the kind of fighter that he is, where he came from. You know, he's becoming a household name. How are they allowing him to fight on a Thursday? School's in. People gotta go to work. You know, like then it's like, who's gonna put asses in their seats on a Thursday? You know, I don't know. I, be- I believe they said allegedly they said that Frank Martin turned down 1 million. You know, that's possible. Is it Al Heyman in top rank? Yeah. Do is the politics possibly kicking in between those two, Al Heyman and Bob Arum? I believe it's possible, but they had enough talks to, say that the fight was the contract got sent, obviously. You know, um, it's just unfortunate that, we go through these things with boxing. Do I think it's, a little weird because how Frank Martin set out and went, look for Keyshawn Johnson. I mean, excuse me, I said Keyshawn Johnson, Keyshawn Davis. They had their words back and forth, and then no less than 60 days later, he gets his stablemate, Shakur Stevenson. And I mean, Frank Martin said he wanted all the gods. He did say that he wanted all the gods, and now you get the guy that is above all the guys that you name, that I recollect that you named. You get the man. You know, um, you turn the fight down. Could I say, my theory, and I had a few theories. I don't, don't just quote me on this or hold me to this, but I believe that he probably was looking really forward to the fight for Keyshawn Johnson. I mean Keyshawn Davis. I keep saying Johnson, man. Don't crucify me. Don't crucify me, please. Don't crucify me. But Davis, which in Frank Martin's said from his seat, I would, you know, I would probably take the fight with Shakur Stevenson. You know, um, just believing in myself. But on the business aspect, I probably would look for a fight with Keyshawn Davis. You know, because that'd be a better fight, uh, a closer fight to me. And he's probably, could fight on the Saturday and make sure the money's right. He probably could get 1,800,000. You know what I'm saying? Probably can make it a main event or fight Friday night fights or just ESPN. And it's like, and again, I'm like, what really happened? You know, Jay Prince say, hopefully the fight could be made before Monday. So we got a few hours left, whatever the actual time frame is. And it's just, Frank Martin's last fight, You can judge him off of that, but you really can't because styles make fights. And just the way his defense is, I honestly think down the stretch, Shakur Stevenson will pick him apart. And just that's also the big fish's fighter. Then you got Shakur Stevenson, who is good friends with Terrence Crawford. There's a lot circulating around those four guys. Like, okay, well, Frank Martin get in there, get whooped by Shakur Stevenson. It's like, well, damn, all right. Terrence Crawford wouldn't handle his business with Earl Spence. Then Shakur Stevenson handled his business with Earl Spence fighter. It's just it's a lot of things I've been thought about. You know, because I mean Shakur Stevenson, he's special. He's real special. You know, I don't think that Frank Martin is actually ducking him. I think it's something within the contract, and then maybe he might be ducking him. But do I honestly think he's scared? No, I don't think he's scared. You know? If he lose, could it damage his career? Like, could he come back from that? I mean, it's always possible, but you know, he's 28 years old, I believe. Is he 28? I believe he's 28 years old. Then if he get blew out the water, you know, I don't think him in the fight with Keyshawn to be made unless Keyshawn just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get in there with him. But just Keyshawn comes off, he's cocky, and I like the cat. I like the cat, man. He comes off, he's cocky, he believes in himself, and you know, it just seems like that fight wouldn't happen if he got in there with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur, got him out of there. Which in the Ghost defense, you know, he got good skills. He might could go in there and be one of those guys, man, and just being from the underdog, have that chip on his shoulder. He goes in there and just, what I'm saying, starts chewing at that chip and, bite down and focus and give Shakur a fight that a lot of fans don't think that Frank Martin could give Shakur Stevenson, because a lot of people's judging him off the last fight. Now I seen how in the last fight that guy started going to his body. He was very successful with that body. We all know that Shakur Stevenson, he goes to the body, head jumps back. He measures the distance great. It's and his defense is is exceptional. It's phenomenal. You know, um, it's exceptional. It's just excuse me. It's just this. I just got so much things going in my head, and I'm trying to find the words to put it. Because it's just like, man, you get down to just one day, boom, he pulled out. I'm like, there gotta be something, and I'm like, man, what would it be? Would it be that he would want to fight Keyshawn first, then go get Shakur Stevenson? You know, did he actually sit and think about it? Did somebody get in his ear and say, like, man, look, we all know this guy, Shakur Stevenson, is a dog. And everybody expecting him to win. And even if it goes the distance and it's a close fight, you know, you got to stop the champ to beat the champ. It's the philosophy. And that's just that. And then, there's a lot of other things like the build up to the fight with Devin Haney, because they're building that fight. That fight's going to happen, you ask me. If Devin don't lose no time soon, that fight's going to happen. It's going to happen at 140. And that even leads me to go say with Regis, like, I believe Regis, you know, he might put it all on the line, but then I don't know because the way it's looking like Regis is the gatekeeper now. One at 140, Devin Haney moves up to 140 and gets that immediate title fight. You know, And you got Broner who called for that fight, but he's with Don King, so I don't know nothing about that. But you got Broner that called for that fight, but Devin moves up, he gets that title fight. Just my train of thought is like, all right, you know, I believe Devin's gonna go in there and whoop him, you know, to become a champion, and then where does Rigas go from there? You know, you can't judge a fighter off their last fight, but you know, Rigas' last fight, as I said in my other video, he looked like he left a lot in the ring. And Devin has the basics. He goes off of the fundamentals, which is his jab. And you know, Rigas, you know, as his fights progress, the fights that I've seen since Josh Taylor's like he's more flat footed. His footwork, you know, his footwork it's starting to like show like he's like is he not, you know, working on his angles and lateral movement or what? I don't know. You know, it's a good year for boxing. We got a lot of drama. You know, it's like a soap because you know the politics is crazy. You know, and I listened to Jamil and Jamal, those two guys, and hopefully, you know, they end up speaking to each other and things like that. You know, Big Charlo, I'm glad that he's taking time to get his head together. You know, down there in Florida and trying to learn things from Roy. You know, to try to get his mind back so he could defend his title. You know, because they are human. You know, these boxers are human, and you know, there's always room for human error. You know, as long as you can bounce back from it. You know, and I don't ever want to see nobody in legal trouble. So, you know, because it just looks bad, especially when you're at that level. So, you know, I'm glad that the champ is doing what it takes to get back focusing on the right track. Because that's big, man, to have that type of name, and then you know you're going through issues behind the scenes, and a lot of people don't understand why. Because it's like when you're in a sports, all they want you to do is just entertain them. But when the sport is done for the moment, you go home to reality, and then a lot of things in reality, you know, which you know the sports reality too, but the reality of everyday life outside of boxing, you know, trials and tribulations, you know, because a tenth of a second could change your life. And I'm glad that, you know, he's doing this thing and, you know, trying to get back right. It's the main thing, you know, because we need you. We need you. At least get it there with Benavidez or something, you know. Shit. People talk about Duck and Shakur, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like Canelo did want to get in there with Benavidez, but you know Canelo is going to be a Hall of Famer. You know, and it just you know he's like, well, what would I gain off of fighting Terrence Crawford? I wouldn't gain nothing. They would say he's too small, this and that. You know, and I look at it as like, you know, shit. How big of the name? Is Terrence Crawford's name bigger than Bivol? No. I mean, I understand what you was doing. You was trying to make history of going to all these weight classes and getting your titles, and you know, and you're gonna go down as probably the best Mexican ever to fight. You know, in my eyes, I'll probably say you're top five. You know, top five Mexicans that you know was great. You know, and you had a slick style. You have a slick style. So it's just you know shit. I don't see you saying Crawford's too small because Crawford, you know, just just by the weight wise, if you say he's too small, that guy is strong as hell. He's strong. So I wouldn't just sleep on him saying that size is the issue. You know, because Canelo has had issues with slick fighters. We're just gonna keep it like that. You know, has always had issues with slick fighters. Hmm. Yeah. You know, but hopefully Shakur Stevenson can find somebody to fight, man, because it's looking like they don't want that. Like nobody really wants to get in there with him for just anything, which is understandable. Because depending on who you are, where your career is at, you get in there with that animal, man, and he scorch you and blaze your boots, man, and bleeds your brakes, man. And, you know what I'm saying? Once he bleeds you brakes, you get that pressure under that brake pedal, man, and it stop. The lights and the cameras turn off. Man, listen, it might be hard for you to bounce back from that and get a title fight. You know? The business aspect is chess, and the actual sport getting in the ring is chess, especially in this day and age. You know, nobody wants to get done like how they said Mike got done by uh, Don King, or you know how Bob Arum has so many fighters taking him to court and trying to get off of his contract, or having to pay to get off his contract. You know, we see what happened to Gamboa, shelled in for 2 years. You know, Rigo didn't get a fight for a long time after fighting Nito Donaire, whooping him. Brandon Rios didn't fight for a long time. Andre Ward didn't fight for a long time. Nope, because of the issues with the promotion company. You know, but hopefully they figure it out with Frank Martin. Do I think he's scared again? No. Do I think it's peanuts behind it as far as the money issue? Yeah. You know, do I think he's gonna sleep at night thinking about this? Yeah and no, because he said he wanted everybody in the division. You know, and you get the best guy in the division. Now, what you gonna do? You know, and that's how the fans are looking at it. Where I'm looking at it like, why? Is it because it's on Thursday? Is it because they said they offered him 1 million? Does he want more? You know, there's a lot of things that goes along with it, and there's a lot of things that he said that's people was gonna, you know, like they say, anything you say can be used against you, and it, you know, it's starting to look like that in Frank Martin's case. They're going back to what he's saying. You know, the remark he said about Shakur and the 25% with Devin Haney. You know, but we're gonna conclude this. I might be back a little later. You know what I'm saying? To talk about a few other things. Y'all enjoy your day, your evening. I'm gonna watch a little bit of football and relax a little bit. Probably go get me some chicken or some wings or something, you know what I'm saying? You know, get a little eat, you know what I'm saying? You know, think about what else is going on in the boxing world, you know what I'm saying? Because the boxing world is getting crazy. You know, with this politicking and this the money gotta be there, and you know, and it's all understandable because like Creed said in Rocky, once it's over, it's over. Peace.